have a really bad experience. The lines are so long that you're questioning your life decisions. That was really stressful. I hope I get out of here without a migraine. If you're traveling alone, your first hour can feel like a labyrinth. Speaking of scams, stop bashing Vietnam. How Vietnam is obsessed with fake travel awards. It's forbidden. Just shut up. 95% of tourists who visit Vietnam for the first time will never come back. That is opposed to the 50% of Thailand. This is not just a minor gap, this is a giant black hole. That is a recent study by the European Chamber of Commerce unveiling such data. And this is shocking considering Vietnam's great street food, amazing landscapes, and warm people. And the number one reason for this bleak statistic is the visa policies. But guess what? That's not what we're going to talk about today. We've covered this hassle to the moon and back. In fact, we made an entire playlist on this issue. So if you want to hear us rant about e-visas, extension fees, and the hassle of going through the border, then you can click on that right-hand corner and see all those videos. Because this video is about all those other issues of why travelers are packing their bags and business people are booking their next holidays or their business trip somewhere else. Let's get started. My name is Ken Duong, international and business immigration attorney with over 15 years of experience helping individuals, companies, and others invest, live, and work in Vietnam, especially just to travel, to love the country, come back to travel again, and then, of course, do business in Vietnam as well. And today, we're talking about why that is not happening for 95% of you. Let's start off with the first thing literally when you land, disembarking the plane. Usually when you get off the plane, you're looking for a sky bridge that you can walk across. But what do you get? You get a flight of stairs that you have to walk down and then get on this tiny bus that's probably made for half of the people that are actually on it. You're cramped into sardines, into this small little bus, and then it drives over to the main entrance. So this is not really unheard of around the world. However, it happens so often in Vietnam, especially at Tan Son Nhut International Airport in Ho Chi Minh City. So you can almost expect to walk downstairs and then take the bus instead of having the usual sky bridge. And if you're traveling with mobility issues or a stroller, good luck, because those extra 20 minutes could mean that you can miss your connecting flight or just have a really bad experience. Let's hope that the issues will be fixed with the new international airport, and all of these issues will be gone in 2025, including the sardine bus tours, and the inefficiencies will be the stuff of history books. And now once you pass the buses, then you get to the travel purgatory, passport control. Sometimes you'll breeze through in 5 minutes, but more recently, the lines are so long that you're questioning your life decisions. Extra bonus. Encountering an immigration officer with a friendly smile seems to be optional, and in many cases, it seems like it's forbidden. Look, many countries have very strict border controls, and that is normal. But if you want the customers or the tourists to come back, then just a little warmth would do wonders. We're not expecting you to roll out the red carpet or do a welcome party, but at least a smile and a half grin would do a lot. Just a small touch would mean the difference between that was really stressful and, well, at least they were nice. So finally you get through the immigration doors and bam, you get hit with a sarcastic chorus of SIM card, sir, taxi, taxi, hey you. I know they are doing their jobs, but after a long haul flight, you just don't want to hear all that noise. And of course in Thailand, there are a lot of vendors, but somehow they've perfected the subtle approach and you're not bombarded with all that noise and all that yelling right after you get off the flight. Could Vietnam do the same? Absolutely. Just tone down the yelling, keep the warmth, and then the tourists might be saying, oh, it feels so welcoming, instead of, I hope I get out of here without a migraine. Now that you have survived the gauntlet, you just want to head downtown. There are no taxi stands in sight, and looking for a bus is like a treasure hunt. You might see a sign or two, but they're not clearly visible, and most of the times they're only in Vietnamese. Thus, if you're traveling alone, your first hour can feel like a labyrinth. Sure, there's Grab, which is the equivalent of Uber in Southeast Asia. But if you add in the rain into the scenario, you probably wish that you had teleported to the hotel. In order to make it easier for tourists, you gotta make clear signage and directions so that they're easy to find the taxis, the buses, and the Grabs as well. Speaking of scams, yes, these happen in all the hot touristy spots. But that doesn't mean they're just as annoying. Taxis that don't use the meter, charging 200% just because you are a foreigner, or for some reason that coconut just costs 5 times more just because you don't speak Vietnamese. Adding all of these experiences up, it makes it really frustrating and distrustful. So if Vietnam wants to increase that number of 5% of returning tourists, they just need to focus on one area of scams. Tourists are willing to pay a fair price. They just don't want to feel like they're being ripped off. Vietnam's natural landscapes are mind-blowing. From Sapa's terraces to the mystic Ha Long to the off-the-beaten-path Ha Giang Loop, there's so much Vietnam has to offer. But these places and big names have become over-commercialized and they've lost their charm. Mass tour packages of the Ha Long Bay feels like a theme park with hordes of karaokeing boats zigzagging in between the junkets. Meanwhile, Thailand has their curated adventures, ethical elephant sanctuaries, or mystical island hopping. Vietnam also has these hidden gems, but they're stuck in mainstream tours where authenticity is replaced by forced cultural performances. So now let's talk about marketing. We brought up in previous videos of a glaring issue of fake travel awards. You can click on the right-hand corner to watch those videos of how Vietnam is obsessed with fake travel awards. Instead of focusing on these travel awards, Vietnam can focus on building a real brand by focusing on consistent quality, infrastructure upgrades, and genuine hospitality. By the way, 80% of you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel. That's like paying a triple for the taxi fare just because you didn't turn on the meter. Help us out by smashing that subscribe button like you would smash a bowl of pho at midnight when hunger calls. Because this action will make a big world of difference for us to continue to provide fun, critical, and engaging content. So now I can hear people saying, stop bashing Vietnam. Why so negative? But let's be real here. If you love a place, then you want it to improve. Well, here's the truth. Ignoring the problem does not make it go away. And pretending that everything is peachy is exactly the reason why Vietnam is still stuck in a pitiful 5% return rate. Just think about it. If you really care about Vietnam, you can't just stand by and watch it squander its potential. You speak up. You demand better infrastructure, friendlier airport experiences, better and clearer signage, and an end to shady double pricing. You rally for broader visa exemptions like neighboring countries. You ask for genuine marketing, no more tacky awards. If it rubs some people the wrong way, then so be it. Because being nice and silent is the quickest way to let the system remain broken. We are here because we love this place, and we're taking the risk to ticking off some of people who enjoy complacency. But newsflash, complacency is the enemy of progress. Or we can just shut up, blend in, and let Vietnam continue to fall behind Thailand in the tourism rankings. But we do care, and that's why we're raising our voices. And we care so much that we come up with tailored plans for you to retire, live, do business in Vietnam. Vietnam is an amazing country. Natural scenery, the people, and the culture. It's all gold. But there are a few glaring issues that make the first-time traveler become the one-time traveler. But that can be fixed. All you have to do is clean up the house, fix the airports, stamp out routine scams, give the immigration officers a crash course on Friendly 101, Then we can talk about cinematic tourism and specialized markets. Whether you are a local or an expat, if you love Vietnam, it's on you to call for change. Because guess what? That 5% statistic is not going to magically fix itself. Let's be the generation that says enough is enough. Vietnam deserves better, and so do the tourists. So what do you think about this video? Are you part of the 5% that plans to return to Vietnam? Or did your last trip have you feeling done? Let us know in the comments below. Also like and subscribe to our channel for information about traveling to Vietnam and other experiences. If you are part of the 95%, we hope you give Vietnam another chance, because Vietnam is making a lot of changes and there's so many undiscovered things. And that's the big reason why I've been living here for over 10 years. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.